Hello, this is Edmund Martelli with Marty Mills, and we would like to discuss a concept, logic model on educational change that we call lead learning through lean. The recent landscape of education has become very critical, with shrinking budgets, lack of resources, and high-stakes testing, as well as governmental policies. There is a mass amount of confusion as to who should lead who in education. These external influences, changing landscapes and environments, and unique characteristics that are very circumstantial to situations at each school require some degree of educational change, if not a great degree of it. A potential philosophy that might be used in various situations within education is called lean philosophy. Lean seeks to reduce waste in processes and resources. It does that through empowering people where they have a sense of ownership within their own organization. It does act to repurpose things as well that can potentially add value from resources that were otherwise unused. Lean concepts actually shape the status quo. Lean is a customer-driven activity or set of activities and a thinking pattern. It helps to identify areas through collaboration and brainstorming events called Kaizen events. These events, when used correctly, empower people and add a perspective to people and processes within the organization that can later be analyzed for plan work and implemented for continuous improvement.
P12 problem statement. Generally, public education does not include students in decision making when it comes to their learning environment. The learning environment is comprised of the physical space needed to provide instruction for students, the instructional materials used by teachers to educate students, as well as the instructional strategies teachers learn by participating in professional development. By not including students, public education will remain stagnant. Dynamic organizations facilitate discussions and seek feedback from various sources and stakeholders. Currently, public education seeks feedback from teachers, administrators, lawmakers, and even parents, but including students is not common. To further perpetuate the issue, funding resources for P12 educational needs continues to be a struggle, and instead of identifying ways to remove unnecessary expenditures, decision makers place fault without exploring the true issue at hand. By assuming that students are not equipped with the skill to contribute to designing their learning environment, P12 educational settings are missing out on the most valuable resource, student voice. Investitures. Including students in the decision making is making an investment in P12 education. Through planning under the guise of Kaizen events allows administration and faculty an opportunity to broaden their perspectives in regards to utilizing a multitude of resources such as time, equipment, partners, facilities, and capital, all major components of a changing progressive educational setting. Student input elicits change through the following means. Reallocation of time allows for a reduction in unnecessary activities that are not conducive to an efficient learning environment. Removing school equipment that is not being used or is not utilized frequently is valuable to lean Kaizen events. Out-of-date technology that has no purpose can be eliminated. Partnerships that include students and lean activities create a more customer-focused solution to the ever-changing educational reform, specifically when discussing curriculum and methods in which students learn best. Student voice promotes relevancy, validates results, and strengthens students' desires to want to be involved. Including students in Kaizen planning events and lean thinking for facilities provides students an opportunity to demonstrate ownership. Students' input in learning spaces and furniture can identify what students think they need to be successful. When discussing achievement gap reduction, P12 educational settings cannot continue to arrange classrooms in common areas in the same manner if different results are expected or anticipated. The environment in which the student learns is as important as the material being taught. A paradox exists in budgeting in P12 education. We are expected to do more with less money. Lean thinking is a paradigm where participants always seek twofold opportunities. The opportunities to eliminate consumption and the opportunities to make better use of current resources. Controlling efforts by controlling leaders have limited perspectives. Including various stakeholders with varying experiences and backgrounds is necessary if change is to take place. Including partners in Kaizen events can produce value added to the organization and reduce consumption of valuable resources.
Thank you, Marty. And part of that reduction is not always trimming corners and cutting costs. It is also looking for those opportunities to transform things that at one time were not of value in education to something that is. And on another note, some of the investitures cannot be measured because they are motivational investitures. Many high school students would agree that high school to them does not seem like it was ever designed for them. So by providing a voice to them, lean thinking, and including them with these lean strategies and Kaizen events can lead to a better participation rate and a heightened sense of ownership within the school, which is the place where high school students would consider their own. Lean philosophies relies heavily on analyzing people and processes. In other words, it looks at the end results of things and how it might be improved. It provides a sense of empowerment and redistributes power, creating partnerships among professionals, the community, educational personnel, and especially the customer themselves, the student. Lean events actually look at processes and try to develop alternatives to find the best solution to add value to processes or end results. Using lean as a philosophy in education may seem different or perhaps even awkward at first. Generally, public education does not include students because the assumption is, well, they're there to learn the culture. Short-term goals, although might seem awkward, would turn into mid-term goals where students could begin to elaborate on their experiences and how to improve those. Those midterm goals would eventually culminate by recreating the educational culture at the individual school, providing a unique sense of direction and voice of student body so that they are equally as appreciated in the design process of their own establishment. If correctly implemented, is a guiding principle or aim of improvement within an educational institution. Measurements, evaluation, and critiques could be set up among the constituents of partners so that a consensus is formulated that trickles back through the community within the student body and actually eases up some of the responsibility today's educational personnel and administration and faculty have to be challenged with. Thank you for watching this presentation. From Edmund Martelli and Marty Moose, much appreciated. Take care.